Hey guys. Oh, I'm a little high up here. Woo. What's going on, guys? Hey, it's good to see you guys. I'm sorry I missed last week. I've been listen, don't ever go on vacation for 2 weeks. And then I've been catching up on all that stuff. But I've also had some craziness with my children's school, and they're trying to decide to go back to school, to not go back to school. And it's gone back and forth and back and forth. I mean, in person, of course. So it's been a hot mess. Actually, literally right before this, I got an email from the superintendent and from my daughter's teacher that I'm just going to have to tackle after this live. So, it's been fun, but man, I've got some exciting content coming up for you guys. I've been watching a lot of really awesome stuff, like maybe the Mitchells versus the Machines. I've got some stuff for that coming up for you guys. Mystic Quest. If you haven't watched the first season, check it out. I just watched the second season, and I can't wait to tell you guys about it. There's just so much incredible stuff. I've got an interview tomorrow with Nick Wolfhard, who I'm super excited to talk to again for the second time about The Last Kids on Earth. There's a video game coming up too, so I'm going to talk to him a little bit about the video game. So if you guys have any questions for him, let me know. Of course, you guys know I've got Falcon and the Winter Soldier coverage coming. I've got Invincible coverage coming. I'm looking at my schedule right now. I'm going to be interviewing some people from the show The Connors, which I'm super excited about. Shadow and Bone I've just started watching. I mean, I've got I could go on and on and on and on and on. And then some other super exciting stuff I'm not even allowed to talk about yet. But that's what I've been doing. I've been crazy. I've been so busy. But let me real quick say hi to everybody. So I see Andrew in here and Ted in here. I see Tyler. Also, for those members that don't know, I just posted some options for our members only Zoom chat. So I've been waiting on it. There's a couple more junkets. I don't have a time for it. Like they just told me the day. So, but we should be fine. Dan is here. Oh my God, so many people. Trailer Gamer is here. The Fat Man, hello. James, hi. Hazafa, I hope I'm saying that right. But hey, everybody, hey. Bobcat, what's going on? Will Jungle Cruise go to Premiere Access? I'm going to say, if anything, it's going to go for free. I can't imagine they're going to charge $30 for it. But who knows? That's the thing, right? Who knows? I say, if I had to bet money on it, I would say no, they're not going to charge Premiere Access, but it could go to Disney Plus at the same time. But who knows? Matt is here as well. Matt. Look. Shout out to Ted for always saying hi to me. Ted is the best, isn't he? Ted is so good. He's so nice. He always says hi to everybody. I missed you guys last week. Yeah, right? Be nice and polite. Listen, any weird, listen. Ted will time out people. Don't test him. He will do it. Just FYI. Oh my gosh. Caroline is here. Hey, Caroline. What's up? I'm just going to start putting, hey, people. People going, what's going on? Trailer Gamer's here. Dan's here saying hi to Ted. Everyone says hi to Ted and to each other. Oh, you guys are all so nice to each other. All right. Let's see. This chat is going so fast. I'm missing stuff already. But I just want to talk about all the new stuff that we have going on. All right. Can't wait to see the new James Bond movie in October. I've never seen a James Bond movie in my life. Not one. Probably will eventually. I really would. I love Pierce Brosnan, so I'd love to check out his. But I've never seen a James Bond movie. I don't know why, because I like that sort of thing. I just never did. So I don't know. Andrew says, missed you last week. Yes, me too. I've been dealing with a lot of personal things lately, and I couldn't. There was no way I could take an hour away to go live. I just couldn't. And I would have been so distracted the whole time with everything that I have going on. There's just absolutely, it would have been a mess. I needed that week. But I'm here today. Let's see. You're talking about Black Widow. Oh, I'll pay the $30 for Black Widow. Here's the thing. I plan to see Black Widow in theaters. And then I'm probably, unless it's terrible, which I can't imagine is the case, I will buy it. And then I will be able to watch it time and time again. Let's see. Fast and Furious 9 is going to be insane, but I'm going to love it. So I've only seen 1, 2, and 3, and I saw them in theaters like opening weekend, and that's the last time I've seen them. So it's been, I don't know, when did 3 come out? It had to. It's been a long time. So I barely remember it, and I never watched the other ones. And I've heard mixed stuff on if I should watch it or shouldn't watch it or should or shouldn't. So I think I will end up watching them before this one. Are they going to space? Like, what is happening? It's just so crazy. Cruella! I can't wait for Cruella. I'm so excited. Did I see the new? So I saw the picture of the Powerpuff Girls. Now this is in the future, right? They're not supposed to be kids anymore. They're at least teenagers. I think they're adults. So I'm excited about it. I think the casting choices are fantastic. You can't go off of the set photos. You never can go off set photos because they're just, you don't know if are they actually filming? Are they running through a test? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? It's just so hard to tell. Plus it's not like edited, right? But I'm excited for it. I loved the Powerpuff Girls growing up. I had a dog named Mojo Jojo. Big fan of the Powerpuff Girls. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. And it's hard to base it off of having no trailer. I mean, if a trailer comes out and I think it looks like junk, honestly, I'll still probably watch the first one just to see. But Dan says at this point, I'd continue not seeing any James Bond movies. That fact is probably more interesting than most of these movies. That's what I hear they're so, like, I don't know. So many people have said, well, you could probably watch this one and this one. You really don't need to watch that one. So I don't know. That's kind of what I hear. I hear too. All right. See, okay. Listen, Amanda. Okay. I'll check it out. Yes. It should be. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Zoom members only Zoom chat. I just, man, this month has been crazy. It's so nuts because I kept thinking like, oh, March is going to be nuts. And then April will be not a big deal. And now April is nuts. And there's all this stuff happening in April. And I'm going to think the same thing for May, right? I'm going to be like, oh, May, things will slow down. And it won't. And things are just going to get crazier and crazier. But whatever, I guess it's not so bad. Hey, Leo's here. Leo, Ronnie's here. Oh, man. What movie am I most excited about? Probably The Suicide Squad. Probably most excited about The Suicide Squad. I love James Gunn. I love what we've seen. I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to see Margot Robbie as Harley, and I'm excited to see James Gunn having the reins of Harley, being able to write for her, and I'm just excited. But there's a lot of stuff I'm excited for, but that is probably currently top of my list. Army of Dead I'm really excited about too, but I think The Suicide Squad is right now my top, I think. Oh, if I had to choose. That was my first thought. I'm sticking with it. It's hard though, because there's a lot of good stuff coming. Right. Has arrived. The party may now begin. Listen, I agree, Ted. Paul is here. Hey, Paul. What is this? I walked past you at Disney Sig back in March, and I thought it was you, but I wasn't sure. Then I saw you in Disney, and I got back to that. Yes, you should have said something. Yes. I was. Listen, that's the problem. I was there. I took 2 weeks off, and that's why I'm like playing catch up like crazy. But yes, oh man, I wish you would have said hi. Yeah, I was at Disney Springs for sure, a couple of times. Oh my God, Leo, what are you dropping this? Okay, top 3 movies of all time. It's so random too. I was just talking about this the other day with somebody, and I think each and every one of them is different. So I don't know if you guys have seen it. This makes me feel so old. But Story of Us. It might be The Story of Us. I'm not even sure. As Bruce Willis. It's so good. Let me find out when it came out. I'm going to type this. You guys are going to be like, oh my God, you're so old. But it is it Story of Us or is it The Story of Us? Let's see. Okay. Oh my God. It came out in 1999. It's so good, you guys, though. It's so good. It's Michelle Pfeiffer and Bruce Willis are a couple that is deciding to get a divorce, basically. But it's so good. I've watched it. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've watched that movie. I had a VHS that I totally wore out. And I still cry whenever I watch it. I still cry every time. And there's lines I repeat from it, and it drives my husband crazy. He's like, it's not that good a movie. It is that good a movie. I love that movie. Next is Guardians of the Galaxy, just because I love Marvel. If I had to pick one, it's Guardians, just because I love Guardians. I mean, I guess, do I like Infinity War is honestly probably my favorite Marvel movie, but Guardians is just a top for me because it's just the Guardians, and I love them and I adore them and they mean everything to me, and I love them from the comic books. So I got to go with Guardians. I love the humor in that. I love that whole entire movie. I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect. I really can't pick anything bad about it. And then, gosh, third movie is hard because I'm coming down to like a couple of different ones. Man, this is hard, but I'm going to try to go. Anyone who knows me is going to think that this makes no sense at all. But I'm going to go with It. And it terrifies me. Absolutely. I hate Pennywise. I hate clowns because of Pennywise, but I kind of love to be terrified and I love to be scared. And I'm talking It Chapter 1, the new one, probably. Ugh. I don't know, but there's so many other good ones. Like you think back and I think like Back to the Future, and it's hard to pick of all time. Leo, don't put me on the spot. Those are my ones I said. I can't change. I can't. Those are just my top ones that came out of my head. Let's see. Avengers Campus is coming. I know. Let's see. So many people have asked me this. Yes. So I saw the trailer, didn't bother to react to it. Haven't seen the first one. Didn't interest me really. And then I saw the trailer and I thought, oh, okay, this looks interesting. It looks funny. I love Ryan Reynolds. I love Samuel L. Jackson. So, but now I feel like I need to go back and watch the first one, obviously, to make this one make sense. But yeah, I saw the trailer for it and it looks decent. I'm not like super hyped for it, but it's something I'll probably watch. And I think the first one was like, I could rent it on Amazon for like $1.99. So I'm definitely gonna be checking that out. Oh, look. All right. Well, see, well, now you're talking about Scott Pilgrim. Honestly, Scott Pilgrim is I'm going to put Scott Pilgrim over It in my top 3. I love that movie. Every time it's on, I stop and I watch it. Oh, you guys are killing me. There's just so many good things. And Rogue One is one of my favorites. I can't pick 3. Leo, it's so hard. It's so hard. Oh my God, there's so many comments here. Hold on. Okay. Stuck between Suicide Squad and Spider-Man 3, my top movie. That you're yeah. I mean, listen, I guess I am excited for Spider-Man 3, of course, 100%, but I feel like we've seen a trailer for the Suicide Squad, so you can be more excited for that because you've seen stuff from it. I'm hoping this makes sense, Ronnie. And then once we get something for Spider-Man 3, maybe the hype will be there even more. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's hard to tell if right, with masks. I know. That's so true. It is so hard with masks. That's the thing. You're like, is that person? I can't tell because I can only see this much of their face. Yes, it's your favorite MCU film. Yes. I mean, listen, I love it. And I just, well, I think Infinity War is like technically my favorite, but I just love Guardians so much. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Amanda's here. Everybody, if you haven't followed Candid Cinema, go ahead and do so. You're missing out if you don't. Oh my gosh, there's so listen, great cast, fantastic cast. So I'm excited, but I want to see more, Ronnie. I love Taylor Swift. My husband surprised me on our honeymoon and we had 5th floor tickets to Taylor Swift. And I like Miranda Cosgrove enough. I used to watch iCarly like before I had kids. Like I DVR'd it and would watch every episode, which is super weird. I know it's a very weird thing, but whatever. So there you go. Oh boy. Let's see. So hello, handsome champ. And, do you like Falcon and the Winter Soldier better than WandaVision? No. But it is hard to compare them. I feel like it's extremely hard to compare them because they're totally different. But WandaVision was just so crazy and just so different. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is very much Marvel. This is Marvel. This is a Marvel show. This fits right into the MCU. WandaVision was like, what is happening? And I think because of that, it's just holds a more of a place in my heart, if that makes sense. But, oh, good. This is perfect. I'm bringing on Ren. I see Ren here. What's up?
Hello.
I need to know, this is a perfect question. for you to pop in on. Do you like Falcon and the Winter Soldier better than WandaVision?
It's tough because fucking Winter Soldier isn't over yet, so it's tough. I will say I was more curious about WandaVision at the time, like as it was going on. Falcon Winter Soldier does have the better villain. I will say that right now.
Yes. Oh yeah, I know. Well, I said the thing is with WandaVision, it was so, I don't know, not MCU, I guess, where Falcon and Winter Soldier feels MCU. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I said I liked WandaVision more. It's hard though. It's hard to say because it's hard to compare them. They're so different.
Yeah, true.
Well, real quick, everybody who doesn't know Ren, I feel like a lot of you do, but go ahead and introduce yourself and where people can find you.
Well, hello everybody. I'm actually seeing a lot of people saying hello in the comments, and I'm very humbled by that. Thank you so much. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube at Ren Geekness. I do movie reviews, anime reviews, trailer reactions, and on Instagram at RenVieira93. It's more of a personal account, but I always let you know what I'm watching when I'm watching it.
Yes. So Ren is awesome. He's been here a few times, and definitely one of my favorite people to follow, I will say.
Likewise.
No, thank you. All right, I'm trying to go through all these comments. There's been so many. So Amanda has a question. Do you think the Eternals could be nominated for Oscars? It's hard to say because we haven't. He says yes. I mean, I would love to see it happen. I mean, we haven't seen it yet, so it's hard to.
Yeah, I'll be shocked, but I'll be happily shocked. I'll say that.
Right. I know. I'm like, well, I can't believe we haven't even gotten a trailer for that yet.
Too soon. I'd rather wait, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm just anxious, I think, well, you know what it is Ren's got me reading some of the comics, and now I'm so, like, into it that I want to see it come to life, you know? Oh, what else? We've got so many things. What does this say? Spider-Man 3 trailer is going to be interesting. Yes, because they're going to try to mess with us, I think. They're going to, because if there is anything multiverse, I feel like they're going to try to not show any of it. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like whatever the first trailer does, it's going to show absolutely nothing about it and just focus on Spider-Man. And some people are going to be mad. I'm absolutely sure. Some people are going to be mad, and I'm going to be laughing at those people. What do they want to show? That's the thing, because we know all these villains leaks and all these rumor leaks. Will they kind of embrace it or steer away from confirming that in the trailers? That's what I'm more curious about, more than anything else, really.
I know. I feel like probably the initial plan was to stay away from everything and surprise everybody, but because there's so much out there, although we don't even know if it's like real or not.
Yeah, that's also true.
So I think they might want to make us wait to see it.
I think they'll show like Electro and Doc Ock, because those are like confirmed by the Hollywood Reporter and all that. But like Andrew, Toby, Green Goblin, and whatever the hell supposedly is in that movie, I think they're gonna steer clear of it.
I know. I'm excited though. When do you think we'll get a trailer for that? Probably. Do you still think it's going to come out in December? Nope.
You think? Nope.
You don't?
No.
Ren, you're breaking my heart.
It's awful. I will actually prefer it if it's delayed because the VFX team needs time, and I'd rather wait a little bit longer than have a awful looking Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, that is a fair point.
But I don't know. I mean, it's possible that they pay enough for the VFX teams and the VFX houses to do all those extra hours. But I'm thinking we get it delayed to like either March or early summer 2022.
Early summer? Oh my
God.
So it might be a while till we get a trailer then.
Yeah. But even if it does though, let me say that I think we could get it sometime after Shang-Chi.
Yeah, okay, that feels fair. Yeah, because you don't think that it won't have a Spider-Man trailer with it, do you?
I don't think so, because they still have that distinction of between Disney and Sony,
Yeah,
even when
yeah.
it comes to Spider-Man. So they're probably debuted at a Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon or something like that, which was what we were thinking about earlier this year when he
Right.
was promoting like Cherry or something.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and they teased us and made us think something was going to happen, and it was just a title. I mean, not just a title, but it was not what we thought we were
Yeah.
going to see. So Movie Fan says, what do you think will be the next Disney Plus show after What If, which is coming this summer? Isn't it going to be Hawkeye? Do we know that?
It's so after What If, there's two more this year. It's Miss Marvel
Oh, Miss Marvel.
and Hawkeye. I think Miss Marvel comes like before Hawkeye. I'm thinking Hawkeye is like Christmas or holiday, something like that, and Miss Marvel is, I want to say September, October.
Okay. I'm excited for both of those. I'm really excited for
Same.
Hawkeye. I love Hawkeye, but I'm excited for Miss Marvel too. There's so much to be like. I am loving this, like having the TV shows to kind of keep us entertained and keep conversation
It's a good
going.
year for TV, at least. Even
I
if the
know.
movies keep getting delayed.
That's the thing. I'm like, I feel like at this point, hopefully, stuff's gonna sort of stop being delayed. I mean, there'll be some that have just because, like you said, they just didn't have enough time and when they had to film. But I feel like we might have one more big delay group, but then after that, we hopefully should be okay as long as stuff with vaccines getting out and I don't know. Hopefully, anyways.
It's on us now. As long as we don't do anything stupid, we're on the road there.
Oh no! Where did Ren go? Maybe he'll come back. But yeah, like he was saying, as long as we don't do anything stupid, I would not put that much faith in humans. That's just me. I really wouldn't put that much faith. Ted! Still waiting on Mephisto. Ren promised this. I'm leaving this up here. I'm gonna come back and put it up when Ren comes back. I want to know what happened to us. They're totally going to deceive us. Listen, they are. Yeah, right? Like, Leo, it's like, Ren, why are you breaking our hearts? Crushing our dreams. No more delays. No more delays. Here he is. He's coming. It's connecting back in. Here, I got to leave this up for him. There we go. This one's for you, Ren.
Okay. I apologize because my Google Chrome decided to crash at the most convenient time.
No,
as you
you're
can
fine. You're fine. I know that stuff happened. Remember the time I had you guys all on here and then my internet broke and you guys were like, we don't know what to do. At least it kept going. I actually saw an ad for StreamYard like before. It might have even been one of your YouTube videos, but like an ad, and it was like, if your internet breaks or disconnects, you'll still be live. And I was like, I know that for a fact because that happened. But Ted's waiting for the Mephisto that you promised.
I mean, we can still see Mephisto in a shot of the Loki trailer. It's clearly him. Like, there's a shot where they're like, it's probably not a church, but there's this glassy construction that's like a window, and it's clearly like a saint, but then it's the face of Mephisto.
Listen, see, they're setting stuff up for, hopefully, for big things. Listen, I will say, Ted, I cared a little bit more about Carly in this last episode, but not to the point where like I really. Do you care about her yet, Ren?
I care about her plight, not about her.
Yeah, I know they're doing not a great job with. I guess I was reading stuff, and I know we've talked about this, that they had to get rid of like a whole subplot with a virus because of COVID and stuff. So maybe that would have. They should have just kept it in. Why? I mean, I get it. I guess it feels insensitive, but if it's going to mess with your show that much, just leave it in.
Yeah, I don't get it because they only had like a week and a half left to shoot. So how much is that of a plot line for them? It's weird. I don't get it. Like, I try to analyze how film production works, and then it just doesn't add up. So I'm thinking too much about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, I do overall like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I do. And I'm really excited to see what's coming with John Walker here, because finally, like, this last episode was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see more from him, for sure, more from him. Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. What do we think of the Sony and Netflix deal? Well, what do you think, Ren? You go.
I think it's a good thing right now. I think Sony needs a place, a streaming place for their movies because the streaming wars begun. They have, in
Yeah.
the words of Yoda, and and Netflix is. Maybe you prefer Disney Plus. Maybe a lot of people prefer HBO Max, even though it doesn't exist outside the United States. Maybe you prefer Peacock, but Netflix is still the giant. They're still the one to beat, and so
Hmm.
I think it's a great place for Sony. And so imagine, let's say, if Sony was to create a new streaming service of their own. I would probably not get access to it. I don't have HBO Max here, Tessa. Nobody
I
outside
know.
the United
I
States
always
has.
forget that because that seems
That's the
crazy to
thing.
me. Why would they
And
not want people to have access to their? It doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. I don't want to think about Warner Brothers is a whole nother topic of discussion. But like Netflix exists everywhere, so Sony puts their movies there. It's probably gonna be in every Netflix around the world. So
Yeah.
right now, at least, I think it's a good thing.
I think you're right. I agree because they had nowhere to really stream to house their stuff, and now it's like it's going to be Netflix, and I have everything. I mean, I just do. I have Netflix. I have HBO Max because it comes with HBO for free with my
Hmm.
I pay for HBO and it comes with it. Um, and I have everything, but Netflix seems to always be the go-to. And I mean, I like Disney Plus too. I'm just glad that Sony has somewhere to house their stuff. Although it does
Yeah.
feel
Same.
weird when you get stuff like Spider-Man. They said that's not included, right? Because that.
They said the deal doesn't apply to those films. It doesn't mean that they won't have like a licensing deal
Oh yeah.
like they've had for MCU movies in the past before Disney Plus, but like those movies that are included in the deal, that will be the streaming home. Like I'm sure there's a licensing deal, but it's a different
Yeah.
kind of licensing deal. That will be like the place they go to and stay at, as far as streaming is concerned, except for Spider-Man, Venom, and those.
Yeah. I think that. I mean, we still might see him on there. So
Yeah.
who knows? Uh, Dan's predicting. No, please don't let this happen. This would drive me insane. They show up in a dream sequence. Can you imagine? That would be awful.
I don't like the idea, but dream. I think the word the phrase dream sequence gets a bad rap because it can be used like
That's true.
in different ways. Like Inception is all about dreams and it's still amazing.
Okay, that's a fair. That's a fair argument. Yeah, because you always do kind of think like, oh, it's just a dream.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Good point about Inception. I do love it. What was it that I watched? Oh, it was when we watched Tenet not too long ago. I went, man, I haven't watched Inception in so long. I want to watch that again. It's been a while since
Oh
I've seen
man.
it. It's a good
I
one.
actually watched it. Well, at this point, semi recently, but last year, when theaters were still open in the summer, there was the re-release of Inception,
Oh yeah.
in IMAX and whatnot. And I had never seen Inception in the big screen. For some reason, I didn't watch it when it came out. So last year, I took advantage in the middle of COVID, and I was like, I'm gonna watch Inception.
Yeah.
And I went to watch Inception.
Oh, in IMAX. Oh, I bet that was awesome. I didn't see
Oh,
it in
so
IMAX.
good.
Oh man, that's such a good one. There's so many like movies recently I've been having, I guess, nostalgia for. They're not like super old, but
Mhm.
there's so many that I'm like, oh, like people bring them up, and I'm like, no, I've got to watch that again. And but then I've got
Yeah,
to
it's
listen to
it's
stuff
one of
I've
those
never
like that you
seen.
like a lot but haven't seen in a while. I feel you.
Well, we've just started, this, but I've started watching the MCU movies with my family,
Yes.
like through. And so we just watched Guardians 2 this past weekend. So we're coming up on like
On
Black
the
Panther,
outside.
Infinity War, and yeah, we watched it outside, and we had like the big, which was so nice because we finally had a nice night, which in New York, it's crazy because it
Yeah.
was like super nice Saturday night and we watched it outside, and then the next day it was like 30 degrees, and we're like, how did this it's like just that fluctuation here. But I was so excited to get back into that, and I'm like, man, I'm excited to come up on like Black Panther. I haven't seen Black Panther in a while, it feels like, so I'm excited to rewatch all these. And Black Panther's a good one. I love
Yeah, for
Killmonger, probably
sure.
one of my favorite villains. I
Oh
think
yeah, he's up there. He's got to be
he's
up
good.
there.
He's so good. What is this? Listen, Ted. Ted says his chair is Mephisto. Oh boy. So wait, are you? This person is excited for Morbius more than no. Okay,
Oh, wow.
all right. I mean, I'm excited for Morbius, I think, but I'm definitely more excited for No Way Home. It's probably No Way Home, then Carnage, then Morbius for me.
For me, it's No Way Home. That's it.
No, Ren, you're not excited at all for that. Oh,
I will say I'm curious about Let There Be Carnage because Andy Serkis is directing. I'm a huge fan of him. But Morbius, I want to see that scene with Michael Keaton, I guess.
and that's it.
Other than that, the trailer just did not work for me.
Did you have a reaction to that, or did you record? Probably not.
No,
Did
I wasn't doing reactions at the time, but I watched that trailer and I was like, okay.
I feel like it would be a
Trailer.
very interesting reaction from you. How you feel.
I will maybe react to a second one if I feel so inclined to.
You should. I do love your reactions. Oh man. Let's see what else. There's so many. I love how everybody's like talking to each other in the chat too. We're all talking about Peacock.
True.
There are some people are saying no one prefers Peacock.
It is the like worst possible name for a streaming service.
I know. Like I get where they were going with it, but like just don't.
Yeah.
Just they could have come up with something else. I don't know.
I mean, it's Universal, so I'm surprised they didn't call it Multiversal. That would be a stupid name.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. So you should work for them. Dan says if they ruined Doctor Doom, I'm done with MCU. You think they could ruin? I mean, I guess they could ruin Doctor Doom, but
It's always possible, I guess. But as far as I'm concerned, they haven't ruined anything yet.
that's the thing, right? I feel like there's stuff that's better than others, but nothing has been like ruined for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel if they ruin Doctor Doom specifically, it's more of a commentary on the Fantastic Four just don't work rather than a commentary on the MCU itself.
Yes, no, you're right. The Fantastic Four, that's the thing. The Fantastic Four deserve something good. And it's like you just can't get there for whatever reason. I don't know why, because I feel like they have a decent enough story. I love the Fantastic Four, so I just don't
Same.
know. I don't know.
I think
they
haven't had the problem. Sorry?
I said you need to write and direct one, and then we'll get it. It'll be done right.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if Fantastic Four would be my thing. To
You don't
direct,
think so?
that is. To direct it. Maybe a consultant. I could be a consultant on Fantastic Four. Writing and directing that movie specifically, I don't know. Especially like as a first-time feature director, don't give it to me. Give me something smaller. The last time someone directed like a big superhero movie as their first movie was Dark Phoenix. So I don't want to be the next guy that does that.
All right, that is a fair point. I just feel like you have a good like anything you come up with MCU wise always feels like better than what we get. So that's why.
In theory, at least. In
That's
theory.
true. You have to successfully do it. So it would have come up with. Oh man, what is? See, people are still. Oh, poor Peacock. That's just. It's never.
I don't have Peacock, so I haven't seen those ads, but now I kind of do want to see them.
I think you just. I bet you can find them on
It's
YouTube. I
probably
bet you they're
on
on here. Oh my gosh. I love all these people talking to each other.
Yeah.
Let's see. Would a Wes Anderson comic book movie be any good? It's hard to say. You have to like it would have to be the right story.
Yeah, I love Wes Anderson, by the way. I'm
Yes, me
hesitant
too.
because I love him. I don't think he'd be a good fit for the MCU to direct like a solo film, like example of a movie I didn't like actually, but Joker, or
Right.
like something very isolated, or something not even superheroes or any of that, but his style kind of lends itself to a comic book framing with his shot composition that we all know and love, I suppose. It could work. It's a very intriguing idea.
It is. I think if it was the right story and the right characters and the right, like, I mean, I definitely would watch it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I would definitely check it out. So Dan says he's going to write the next Fantastic Four movie. Oh boy. Let's see. James Gunn could definitely do more DC projects depending on how the Suicide Squad goes.
Yeah.
I think he's listen, I know, like, he went through that horrible few months where he was fired and all this stuff happened, but I mean, he's out. It worked out for the better for him, I think, really, because now he's got DC and he's still doing Guardians 3. And like, can you imagine if he's actually successfully, like, continues to do both Marvel and DC stuff? That's crazy.
I would love to see it. I would love, like, to see him jump in and out, like one Marvel movie, one DC movie, one Marvel movie, one DC movie.
Me too. What is this? Just trying to bait someone for come at me, bro. Oh yeah, he wants to time out people. He likes to time out people since he has the power to time out people. So he's waiting.
Mad with power.
Yes. Oh, the widow is here. Hello. Oh man. Oh, Ren, you'll get to talk to her. She's gonna come on our Falcon and the Winter Soldier one on my birthday, which I haven't told.
Oh yes.
I know, I'm excited. So I haven't told anybody, but on April 24th, which is my birthday, and the day after the Falcon and the Winter Soldier finale, gonna have a huge group of people on here, just like last time, talk about every single thing, what it means, where we're going from here, all that fun stuff. So I'm excited. It's I can't believe we only have 2 weeks left though. Like, it's really, like, feels very quick, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel like it just started?
It does. I mean, only 6 episodes, but I guess the same thing is gonna be felt with Invincible, because Invincible launched like 3 episodes altogether, and then it's only 8 episodes.
I know. I was doing my calendar because I had some, like, interview opportunities, and I'm trying to figure out my calendar, and I was like, wait a minute, we only get Invincible for 1 week after we get Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then they're both done. Then what do we have? I guess
I don't know what is on Disney Plus, because I mean, it is April, so it's gonna be a buffer week, and then it's the Bad Batch, I guess. So not that long a wait. Because
Bad Batch starts on the 4th, May the 4th, which I think is super smart. I love that they're doing that. They're doing that special. Was it like 70 or 80 minutes long? They said, right?
70, yeah, 70 something.
Yeah. That's going to be good. So that'll be on Tuesday. And then is it that Friday starts, like, a first regular length episode, I think, right?
I think so. Zach Pope, our friend Zach Pope, knows. He sent me all the info when the last trailer came out, so he knows that better than I do, like, off the top of his head. But I think you're right.
I think
like
that's
Tuesday
what it is.
And then Friday. Yeah.
Tuesday and then Friday and then every Friday. And then Loki's going to start during Bad Batch, which is what's going to get crazy. So we were talking about in our little group chat, all of us, we're talking about how we're going to cover Bad Batch, because it's not going to be over before Loki, which is just making it a whole, listen, it's all crazy. But you know what? I'm excited for content.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We'll all cover it some way or another.
Yeah.
So be sure to check us out. Oh my gosh, every time someone comments, my thing shoots down. I'm trying to figure out. I wonder if there's a way to fix that, or it's a setting.
Yeah, that happens with StreamYard.
I'm missing so many comments. Is anyone looking forward to the live action Powerpuff Girls or Descendants: The Royal Wedding? So I think the Powerpuff Girls casting choices are decent. I'm excited-ish. Didn't love the set photos we got, but I feel like you can't really judge on a set photo because they're not edited. They might even be something they never use. You never know. And Descendants: The Royal Wedding, it's like my kids are super excited. It's a cartoon, I think. And but I don't know. What do you think, Brandon? Okay. I think it's a cartoon, and it's just Ben and Mal's wedding, I think.
Okay, so I enjoy the Descendants movies for what they are, but only like the live action. If it's a cartoon, I'm not inclined to watch it. Powerpuff Girls. So I grew up with the Powerpuff Girls. For context, I love my DC CW show, so I have nothing against the CW. As soon as that idea was announced, however, I was like, no, oh god, no. And then I saw the casting, and I love Chloe Bennett. I love Dove Cameron from The Descendants. And the actress who's playing Buttercup, I don't know from anywhere, but I was like, okay. And then that first set photo came out, and now that latest promo image came out, and I'm like, it's winning me over. What can I say?
That's kind of how I feel like the set, not set visit, but the set photo was kind of like, and it's like a little blurry, and it's, you never know. And that's clearly seems like it's a flashback. Did it get confirmed that it was a flashback? I think it did.
Not that I've seen.
Okay. Cause they're not really kids in the show. This was more like their kid outfits and whatever. But I'm intrigued, and I loved Powerpuff Girls. I had a dog named Mojo Jojo growing up. Like,
oh my god!
So I'm really excited for this, and then I got nervous, but now I'm getting like excited again. It's hard to judge without actually seeing like a trailer or something, but I am excited. So I'm glad I'm glad it's winning you over too, because I know a lot of people are upset about it. As we know from our friends.
Too upset.
A little too upset.
Either way, it doesn't deserve that energy.
Too much energy to put in. I agree. Oh man. Oh, let's see. I hope we get like a Harley Quinn movie. Well, yeah, because Birds of Prey wasn't really. I mean, it was Harley Quinn, but it felt more like a Well.
I thought you were going to say good. It wasn't really good. I agree.
No, I liked it a lot. It wasn't really like a Harley Quinn, like it was a Harley Quinn movie, but
yes,
it was also a Birds of Prey origin type movie as well. So I would love I would love to see James Gunn do a Harley Quinn movie.
Ooh.
Just from what I've seen in the trailers, his version of her,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I wasn't too big on Birds of Prey, but if you know me, you know how I feel about Margot Robbie, so no complaints here. No complaints.
That's true. I will tell you the main thing about that movie that drove me crazy. My husband hates the egg sandwich scene. Like it drives, like he hates it. He says it was stupid. Why did they spend so long on this? It was so dumb. For me, I'm like, I want an egg sandwich really bad every time I think of that.
I've made it.
You did?
I have for a snack. That's why I told you my housemate hates me, because he just barged into the room. And I was like, I'm having a snack. He's like, that's not a snack, that's a meal. No, it's a snack.
An egg sandwich is a meal. Come on, Red. It's not a snack. Powerpuff Girls.
I gotta eat a lot.
Is this true? Did we know this?
Yes, he did.
Oh, God.
It's his last performance, actually.
Oh, what is that trailer? I haven't even looked at that trailer. You had sent it to the group. I think it was you, right? Of the Chadwick.
Oh, of the doc. Yeah, I was the one who sent it.
I'm like, I can't even watch that. It's going to make me...
I think you can watch the trailer. Like, they don't even show him. It's just voiceovers of him, I assume interviews and whatnot, but then it's a lot of people talking about him, like Viola Davis, Spike Lee, other actors. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I definitely want to watch it, but it's going to be hard.
Oh, it's going to be a tearjerker.
Yeah. I was actually at Disney when he passed, and it was like so random. But the next day, I remember like so many kids at the parks were wearing like Black Panther stuff or Black Panther outfits, and I was like, oh my God, I can't. I'm not gonna like tear up just thinking about it. But it was just so crazy to see all that, like. Then of course you have the annoying stuff like every Black Panther pin and stuff is like people are buying like 15 of them, and it's like, come on, like, what are these people doing? You can't even wait like a day. It's like everybody's you get those people that are there filling up bags of every Black Panther thing, and you're like, what's wrong with people? Like that's where your brain goes. I just, oh no, you don't have faith in the CW?
It's fair. I understand.
There's some CW stuff I like. Like, isn't Was Stargirl? I watch it on HBO Max, but that was CW as well, right?
It was HBO, but then it passed on to the CW. I wasn't too big on it. I was very. There were 2 episodes that were like, this is great, like really great. But then the rest of the show was so lukewarm to it. I think I'm gonna give it like the first episode of season 2 to see what it does, and if not, I'm probably gonna drop it.
Really? Have you watched? So are you caught up? Batwoman? You had said you were behind on that.
I am.
Right?
I've caught up. It's still a struggle. It's still a struggle. Not gonna lie. But they're bringing back Kate Kane with a new actress, an actress I really like from the show that aired on Sci-Fi, Krypton. Which if you haven't seen, it's actually really good. It's really good. I saw the trailers for that. I went into the show like, this is going to suck. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then unfortunately only survived 2 seasons, but the ending of that show is like,
really?
And supposedly it's set in the universe of Man of Steel, which is even more interesting because it's me.
I like Man of Steel a lot.
So good.
I don't know if we've had that conversation yet, but I really, really like it. So, so do you think I should try Batwoman then? Do I have to watch? I have to watch the first season, right? Or do I not really have to? I had a couple people tell me you really don't have to because they changed the actress, but I'm like, I feel like there's story there that I would need to know.
It's tough because let me hold on and see what they actually do with the character coming back. Because before we even knew that the character Kate Kane was coming back, I was like, I would say no, you don't need to watch the first season at all. They'll like fill you in on what happened. But the first season, and look, I respect Ruby Rose as a person, but I have nothing to say nice about her acting, so I'm not going to say anything.
Really?
But the first season of Batwoman was actually pretty solid. The villain was great, the rest of the cast was great, the stories were pretty solid. And then Ruby Rose leaves and they decide to change the character, not only the actress, but the character as well. But now they're bringing back the character. Crazy. So it's the second season specifically that I'm complaining about when I say that it is a struggle. So let me wait and see what they do with the character coming back, and I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah, because I wanted to see it and then I just never did, and then it was like halfway through and people were like, "Yeah, don't even bother." So I'm like, okay. The Batman says they'll watch Stargirl over Batwoman any day.
I agree. I will give you that.
Okay, well, there you go. Look at Ruby Rose. Like, so what happened with, she left because she said it was like too physical or something?
I don't remember what she said, but whatever she said, I don't believe that. I think both the CW and Ruby Rose were all being very diplomatic with each other for us, the audience.
Okay.
But behind the scenes, I'm just waiting for the day where someone breaks.
Oh, jeez. So it looks like Trailer Gamer here kind of agrees with you, saying the first season's intriguing, second's boring, cut it off. I know you were close to cutting it off. You said you were getting behind enough that you almost...
Yeah, I was, and I was like stacking up episodes. I was like in episode 3, and then I let it go on, and then episode 4, 5, 6 was out. I still haven't watched since 3. And then so Batwoman airs on Sunday nights. Then I wake up on a Monday morning, and there's the news that this new actress, Wallace Day, I believe is her name. Wallace Day is coming in to play Kate Kane, and I'm curious now what is going on.
Right, that's true. I know that's weird if they say they're getting rid of a character, and I don't know. I guess I always say when I have time, which we know.
Yeah.
It's like
I just think they shot themselves in the foot. They just made things too complicated. Just replace the actress.
Yeah, right. Why did you? Because they made Batwoman as like a different person, right?
Yes, the Batwoman right now in the second season is a completely brand new, original, like not in the comics character that picked up the mantle. Really? And she's fine. I like the actress. The actress is quite good, actually. The character herself is fine. It's like, There's a saying in Portuguese that's she's a little bread without salt. Or that's what we say when a person is just like bland, and I think the character is very bland. So it's unsalted bread.
Well, I like that. I'm going to use that. But yeah, if it's someone who isn't even in the comics, it's interesting because you feel like you have the ability to give them whatever you want, but then at the same time, you don't have source material to pull from. So if you don't do a good job with it, I don't know.
And they're not doing a good job.
Did you watch The Nevers at all? I remember I heard you mention it.
No, is it out?
That just came out. The first episode. The first episode. Okay. Yeah, it was like, I don't know, over the weekend. I think it was Sunday night, maybe.
Okay,
I watched
it probably was, yeah.
Live on HBO because I was just flipping through the channels and it just so happened it was just starting and I was like, all right, I'll check it out. I didn't love it. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It definitely looks interesting. It's intriguing, but I mean, it's a pilot episode, so usually those aren't fantastic. Anyway, I like the premise that it kind of gives me like X-Men vibes, but I don't know. It was kind of all over the place, and there's no character I truly care about yet, or like am very interested in their story yet. Which usually there wants to be at least one person I'm like care to come back to see. You know what I mean? So, but if you check it out, I'll be curious to know what you think.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, I know nowadays this sounds wrong, but I'm curious because it is Joss Whedon.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, I don't know what Ted said.
It's
this
true.
Is probably his last thing for a while.
Yeah. Even if the show gets a second season, he's not going to be doing it.
That's true. I know. I wanted to like it. I think it's definitely like a slow burn. I'll probably at least watch the next episode and see. Mm-hmm. But it was nothing that I wasn't like, oh, I can't wait till next week, which you kind of want to do when you're at the beginning of. Here we go. Listen, Breaking Bad. I only recently watched Breaking Bad.
Okay.
I think like last year. Because I watched Better Call Saul first. And then I got to the point where I was so far ahead in Better Call Saul, people were like, oh, it'd be kind of interesting if you waited and watched Breaking Bad after, because technically it's after, or I don't know. But anyway, we went back and now we ended up watching it because there was nothing to watch like last year, my husband and I. And we binged the whole thing, like all of Breaking Bad in like 2 weeks. It was so good. It was so good. I think he was off and we just like, maybe it was around Christmas and we just sat and like watched it all. And it was so good. We haven't watched that movie yet though. The movie that came out after. I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, El Camino.
Yes. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm. No, okay. Popular opinion. I have tried Breaking Bad. I gave it 2 episodes. Just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I understand what everyone else sees in it. Like, it's not a show I watch and I'm like, this is awful. I hate this. I don't get why anybody likes it. No, I get it. I totally get it. Just didn't grab me. I gave it 2 hours and I have a lot of shows that I do watch already. I watched too many shows already, so I had to drop it, unfortunately.
Yeah, listen, and that's something you can always revisit should you care to later on. It'll always be around. True. You know what I mean? It's not going anywhere, and it's done. So whenever you watch it, that's like everyone tries to get me to watch. What is that one that has like 15 seasons? It's crazy. Supernatural.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I'm like, how do I start when I know I have to sit down and watch 15 seasons? Like, how many episodes is this? It feels so daunting. Like, I don't have time for it.
It's too many.
It's a lot. But, I mean, a lot of people... Listen, I've gotten a lot of people asking me to watch it, and I said eventually I will. But didn't it, like, just end?
Yeah, it ended last year. Yeah.
Have you watched it?
I am on season 7, episode 4, I believe, because I watched it back in the day. It aired on a TV channel back where I'm from, but then they created like a network, and you had to get this exclusive internet provider to get access to that network, and so from one season to the next, I couldn't watch Supernatural anymore. So I'm watching it now that it is all over and I have access to it. So I started binging it late last year, like around December or something. So I'm on
that's
season 7 now.
that's good. And you like it?
Yeah, I like that. I like these characters a lot. And I like my mythology: angels, demons, heaven,
See, I
hell,
love that stuff
God,
too.
devil.
I know I'll like it. It just feels like a lot to commit to. I think is the
Yeah,
problem, you know.
it is. It can feel a bit overwhelming, but it's one of the shows like the even if you drop it for a while and then go back to it, like the beginning of each episode is like a recap of what will be important for the particular episode you're about to watch.
Gotcha.
Then the music choices are amazing because Dean Winchester has amazing song choices, and then every season finale there's like a recap of the entire season up until that point to the sound of Carry On My Wayward Son, which is amazing.
What?
Yes.
Okay, all right. See, you're starting to get me excited. I just, too, like I feel like it's like almost at least every week I get like a new screener in my inbox and it's like, like how am I trying to cover it all? And because that stuff I have to watch, right? You have to watch it.
Yeah.
You have to cover it.
Of course.
So it's like the stuff you want to watch, sometimes it falls behind. Especially because like there's certain stuff screeners I'll get that my husband wants to watch. Like we got Mythic Quest season 2 and binged it in like 3 days because he wanted to sit and he wanted to watch it every night, which is great. But like, that's always good when I get a thing like that. Shadow and Bone, he's not interested. He doesn't care. So I have to find time to watch it when he's not home. And it's like,
okay. I'm the reverse with Shadow and Bone because my housemates, we have to watch it. So I watched one yesterday. I'm watching another tonight, but we can only watch it at night, Then Yasuke, I'm watching alone. So I watched 2 more episodes today, so 2 more to go.
oh, there you go.
And then Invincible, I also watch alone.
They don't watch Invincible?
So when the first 3 came in, they watched. One of them enjoyed it, like a lot. The other one didn't for some reason, which is fine. I found it weird, but it's fine.
It's so good.
But then I'm watching the ones that come individually now. I'm watching them alone because they come like so last minute for me because they drop like...
You get them even a day later than I do, right?
Yeah, I get them on Thursday, like in the afternoon. So I have to watch. I have to edit before dinner to leave it ready to drop it like at 7 a.m. my time the next day, which is midnight ET.
I know. Yeah, that's crazy. That's right. I didn't even think about that because I'll get it tonight. I've gotten a couple emails since I've been on here. I might have gotten it now. Like it comes early afternoon on Wednesday.
Usually you do get it around this time, I think.
Yeah, I was looking and I didn't see on my watch here what it was, but I bet you I got it, and or I'll get it usually by 3:00 my time, which is in an hour, and then and then I'll watch it with my husband if something I feel like, oh my gosh, I know what's coming, kind of from the comics. Like I'll be right back. I'm gonna go record myself in my office, and he's like, whatever. I'm just gonna continue watching it without you, and then I edit, but because of how they're, and how this is, what they're saying is the way Amazon is doing it is we're not allowed to talk about stuff on the do not reveal list, spoilers or whatever, until Saturday, until the day after it comes out. So I have a lot of time actually to edit my reaction if I want to, which is not, I know, 3 days. So I feel bad for you that you have such little
That's
time.
Good. I mean, the way I approach it works out, like with non-spoiler reviews and whatnot. But if I was to do reactions, I'd be screwed.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you'd have like no time. That would be so crazy. Listen, what is this? What are you guys in here talking about the Powerpuff Girls? Oh, listen, if it's Howard talk, I still think it could be Sharon. I don't know. Maybe
I'm still thinking it's Zemo.
You do still think it's Zemo, huh?
I still think it's Zemo.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of how that would. Listen, I'm all for this. That would be the only problem with this is we know there's no way it's going to happen because Falcon and the Winter Soldier was supposed to come out before WandaVision. However, that would have been
That's why he's in witness protection.
There you go. It all works out. It makes sense. Yeah, but I I feel like Sharon is I feel like there's something shady about her.
Yeah, she's hiding something.
She's hiding something. Listen, everybody, now they're saying Mephisto. You guys, stop.
Being a power broker is child's play for Mephisto.
Right, exactly. He wouldn't even need to. So I never finished it. So I want to go back and.
You never finished?
No, it was like on TV, I think. And then, if you missed an episode. So I don't even think I ever consistently watched it. So I need to go back and, I've seen probably, I don't know, 8 to 10 episodes, but I don't even know that they were in order. And it was so long ago. I need to watch them because it's all on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Here.
You're in for a treat. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Is it?
Yeah, it's so good. The one I have never watched. I watched quite a few episodes, just never through and through, was Batman Beyond. That's the one I never finished.
I never even watched that one.
Oh, you haven't? So good.
I don't think so. Let me Google it and see if it pulls up. I wonder if I did. No, I didn't watch this one. Nope.
Oh wow. I'm betting that's on HBO Max too, but that's in the future with an old Bruce Wayne, and it's set in the same continuity. So a new guy becomes Batman, and from what I remember, at least, it's really good.
Yeah, I love all that stuff, and I want to go back and watch it. I'm so bad at if it's been a while since I've seen something, I forget. I was talking about Fast and the Furious. I saw the first 3. I saw them each once in theaters opening weekend. I don't remember stuff it feels so long ago. When did the third one come out? Had to have been, let's see,
third one was 2006.
Yeah, 2006.
Because the third one is Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, and I saw that in theaters, and I remember thinking I didn't love it, and I think that's why I stopped watching them. I was like, I'm not gonna watch anymore.
Yeah,
and now I'm like, there's the 9. What's happening?
10 with Hobbs and Shaw.
I know, which I didn't see either, though I did want to watch that one. I gotta go back and watch them. It's just a matter of, I don't know. Listen, she could cause the blip 2.0. Listen, we don't need any more blips. I'm on the fence if it could be Sharon, but I believe she just works for she definitely at least works for the power broker. I feel like there's something shady going on there.
Have you heard the theory that she's working for Steve Rogers?
No.
Not that he is the power broker, but there's a theory that she's working for Steve Rogers. And that he's making his... I bet it wouldn't be called that, but this would be the MCU's version of his Secret Avengers.
Yeah. Oh, I could kind of get behind that.
Me too. I love the run they had. Well, not recently right now, but 10 years ago, it was him as Nomad, it was Moon Knight, It was Silver Surfer, the weirdest team, and then it worked really well. Oh,
man. No, I could definitely... Listen, someone says it's Ultron. I don't think Ultron would be the power.
Me neither, but you know what? I'm in. I like it.
Red wants any way to get Ultron back into the MCU. Oh man, listen. Oh gosh, Swamp Thing. I haven't watched Swamp Thing either. I never watched. Did you watch Swamp Thing? I heard it was good.
I watched. Yes, it's really good, and then it's really good. But I started watching episode 1, and immediately as episode 1 came out, they announced that the show has been canceled for the most stupid reasons possible. So I like the show, but I watched the entire show this is going nowhere. This is going nowhere.
I thought that was so weird, and I think that's part of why I didn't watch it, because it came out and then they immediately announced that, and I'm like, why am I gonna watch this? That's the dumbest. Even if you know it's canceled, at least wait until at least halfway through or something, or when it, or give it a minute. I just now everybody,
I don't get it.
Oh boy,
I really don't.
Oh yeah, okay. So a lot of people are saying there's a cameo in this next episode. I am trying to not board the theories train on this one after how WandaVision went, but I've seen a lot of people say that it could be Florence. I think that makes sense. I think they had said this was sort of closely tied to Black Widow. Wasn't that why they were kind of?
Yeah.
Isn't that why they moved it to make it supposedly aligned
Yes.
with Black Widow, but then got moved again?
It was, and we've heard for a while that she has a cameo in it. So
Right.
In the past few weeks, there's been the talks of like there's gonna be somewhere somehow a cameo. I don't think they're like one and the same. I think this mystery cameo that they're selling now is not Florence Pugh, but Florence Pugh does also have a cameo on the show.
I think you're right. I don't think it's like you said. I don't think it's one and the same. And but I sent you this link, and it was on Screen Rant that apparently it could be Steve Rogers, old Steve Rogers, like for real. I would like to see it if it's done well, and not just as like we're throwing him in here to throw him in here, you know?
Yeah, if it's like old Steve Rogers, I think that's perfect. It's like, oh, for some reason he's back to his normal self or something like that, or I don't know.
That would be
whatever the hell. I don't think that works. Just old Steve Rogers. We love old Steve Rogers. He looks like Stan Lee, so it works symbolically as well.
I mean, I think he'd be good to come in and kind of like give Sam some sort of pep talk on, because Sam's obviously feeling down on himself. I don't deserve the shield, blah, blah, blah. You know, if he came in and was like, hey, yo, this is why I gave it to you. Here I am. Okay, bye. And then and then that's it. Okay, this is going to be it. Then I got to get going. And and thanks for joining me today, Ren. Who would be the worst cameo? I don't know. Listen, there could be some pretty bad ones. Ralph Boner would be. I would love that.
Hayward would be the worst cameo.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people that would just be awful. So.
True.
Listen, okay, well, I mean, I feel like anything Fantastic Four related goes without saying. This is just, I don't know. We're probably going to be, that's the thing, right? So that's why I don't want to theorize anymore. At least they did, at least his name was Ralph. That was a good thing.
True. Okay, so Zach presented not exactly a theory, just like an idea he had that I don't know if it's the most exciting for this person to be the power broker or the cameo that's gonna show up, but he suggested a character who I think the MCU needs to bring back, a character I've pitched to be the villain in Ant-Man 3, and this would kind of negate that, so I kind of don't want him to show up, and I don't think it will be this person, but it has been suggested to me, and again, I wouldn't hate this, that Justin Hammer could be the power broker.
You know, that feels like it could fit. He feels like he could be. It does. I love. It
wouldn't be a stretch.
No, it wouldn't. I could perfectly see him. See, that's where he went. That's what he's doing. That feels like it fits.
Just bring Sam Rockwell back, please, Kevin Feige.
I love Sam Rockwell. Listen, he's everything so he does he's so good in every single thing he does. I don't think he's had a bad. There's certainly movies that haven't been great that he's been in, but not himself. He's so good.
Oh yeah, he's excellent. Have you seen the movie he won the Oscar with? Outside Three Billboards.
Oh my gosh, I love.
So good.
He's so good. He's so good in every my husband loves him too. Him and John Cusack are like my husband's favorite.
Yeah.
My husband, listen, this is kind of a funny story. So I always ask my husband after I rate something, you know, if he's watched it, like, what would you rate it out of 5? And he told me the other day that if a movie or show doesn't have John Cusack in it, it can only be a 4 at max. So that's what he told me. He's like, we watched something the other day and he goes, it's a 4 because John Cusack isn't in it. It can't be any better. And I'm like, okay, all right.
True.
Listen, I don't know. All right, Ted, I think you win. That would be a bad cameo. That would not be good.
I mean, it's Jennifer Gardner. It wouldn't be all that bad if you ask me.
Listen, I love her. 13 Going on 30, it was on TV the other day and I stopped and watched it for I love that movie. You've seen it, right? I'm sure.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah, Razzles and Mark Ruffalo. That's like where I fell in love with Mark Ruffalo. I love that movie.
Mark Ruff and Andy Serkis as well.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, now I want to watch that movie again. See, this is like there's so many things. All right, listen. National Grid. So this is funny. National Grid is Dan lives where I live, sort of, and National Grid is our electric company. So that's where he's going with that. The power. I got you. Ha ha ha. Listen, Daisy Ridley as Spider-Woman. I could do it. I'd be cool with that.
She's got my vote.
I mean, listen, I love her. I really like her a lot.
Same.
I think she's great. Listen, I know I saw this, so I love her. And I saw, but I don't know. Do we know who she's supposed to be?
No, I didn't say in the article. I'm guessing she's the villain. I guess.
Listen, I could see her being a villain.
Yeah.
Listen, Ted, he makes fun of me because I didn't like Nomadland. Listen, I didn't like it. And I'm like I'm probably the only person that didn't. It was too depressing. I was like, this year's been depressing enough. You gotta back me up. It's a little bit depressing. Right?
I get that. Yes, it is.
And
It is very depressing, but it's also very hopeful by the end.
Yeah, I guess. But by then I was like, come on. Like this year has been horrible. And I'm watching this movie. People are talking about all these horrible things that happened to them. People who tried to kill themselves, and nope. I just was too much. It was too depressing. I think
It's gonna win Best Picture. It's gotta win
sure
Best Picture.
I do want to give it another shot, but I think I was so depressed by the end of it. I was like, how is this a good movie?
I'm gonna rewatch it as well because my housemates haven't seen it, but I was lucky enough to see it in the theater.
Oh,
I think that helped as well.
That helps.
Like whenever I think about the movie, like I think just about the movie, not even the experience, and I still love it. But I cannot wait to watch it again because, as you say, I'm sure watching it in a theater for the first time during the festival.
Yeah. It's gorgeous too. That's all I'll say about it. It's absolutely beautiful. But I watched it. I couldn't even. There was like an issue with streaming, like casting onto my TV. So I literally watched it on a computer screen. So that probably has a little bit to do with it too. Like I sat and watched it like on my little computer screen, and I was like, this is just depressing. I just don't want to watch this. People are going to the bathroom in buckets. Like, this is awful. I bet I will give it another shot. All right. Well, on that note, I think I got to get going. It's 2:15. I've got some stuff. I've got some Screen Rant articles to write today. I let you know the name of one that I'm working on right now. So I'm excited about Loki. And I've got I'm looking at my list right here is like my list of stuff for this week. And I'm like, there's stuff I need to plow through. Yesterday, I was part of a junket for Arlo and the Alligator Boy. So I'm writing up an article from that, listening to the audio, transcribing, all that fun stuff. But I have a lot of really super exciting stuff coming up. Ren knows about some of it. There's some stuff I can't talk about yet, but you guys all stay tuned for that awesome content. And Ren, again, why don't you let everyone know where to find you and what you have coming up?
You guys can find me on Instagram at RenViera93, more of a personal account, but I let you know what I'm watching when I'm watching it. I forgot to say this because it's just very new, but you can also find me on Twitter at RenGeekness, YouTube at RenGeekness, and now Letterboxd at RenGeekness. Yeah, I'm enjoying just doing ranking and lists at the moment to put in every single movie that I've ever seen, so it's going to take a while. So follow me on there. And I got an interview coming up on my channel later today with the director of The Courier, Dominic Cook. I got the privilege to sit down and talk with him one-on-one for 10 minutes. So I cannot wait for you all to see that. And tomorrow I got nothing. But then, of course, Fridays I talk Invincible, first thing in the morning at midnight ET, and Falcon and Winter Soldier spoiler reviews and Shaman King reviews to talk some anime. So thank you for having me again, Tessa, and thank you everyone for watching.
Yes, well, thank you for joining me. I'm so excited to see that interview. I can't wait to see. So I'm so excited.
I'll send you right away. I'll tag you right away.
You better. I want to see it. All right. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you guys all next time. I'll be live Friday morning, as always. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's going to be fun. I'm excited for this episode. I'm probably going to cry because everyone says it's emotional. So whatever. We'll see. But anyways, thanks for joining us, guys. And thanks for being here, Ren.